All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome. It's been a little bit since I've been able to sit down and play some college hoops, but we are back. We are done with the non-conference games. Weirdly enough, there were a couple games that I figured we weren't going to lose that we somehow lost. But I'm just going to not really worry too much about that because it is time for conference games, and that's where things are going to get a little more dicey, I think. When you have someone like Texas and Baylor, who are two top 10 teams in the nation, you still have Nebraska and Kansas. A lot of Colorado's a top 25 team. Yeah, you still have a lot of teams to get through. But the way it looks is I can pretty much sim through this because that's an away game. So even if I lose that, oh my goodness, we've won. It's nice to win some of those games. Easy enough to get through this because don't have to worry about signing them up immediately. So it's really just gauging their interest for next year. So just send out some emails, make some phone calls, and there you go. It is done and in the books. And it looks like Colorado's a home game, so we're going to be playing that. And it's a top 25 team. I don't know where we're at against top 25 teams this year. Will it say? Maybe in I forgot if there was a bigger breakdown. Maybe not in this. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Oh, I think there is a break in the... Oh, where is it? Oh, God, I'm trying to just remember. There we go. I just want an idea of how well I've done so far against some of these bigger teams. 2-0, so I haven't lost against the top 25 team yet. And haven't lost at home yet. 7 games this season, 11 games total. So there's at least that much. So let's see what we got. And they're only number 25. That's not bad. We're up to an 88. That's pretty good, considering we were down to an 82 or something and just barely scraping by.
It's time for College Hoops 2K8. The Colorado Buffaloes.
It's been a busy week, and it's been an even busier week. Slightly busier. I don't know. I'm gonna be at home, but it's gonna be my work schedule. It's just gonna be crazy thanks to Prime Day.
The game has just begun in there.
Whoops, I screwed that up, but hey, I'm not going to complain too much.
Sideline reporter Tracy Wolfson, who has some info for us.
Vern, earlier today I talked with Coach
Scrocky got that
Wilson.
Dirk
He told
shot
me that
down.
they want to use their quickness to their advantage. He said they couldn't think of another squad that could match their team speed, and he wants to make sure that shows tonight by getting out on the break and showing how fast this game can be played. Guys?
Thank you, Tracy.
Oh, Lord.
Leads him with the pass. The steal
Hey,
by Iowa
good
State.
job.
Not a good entry pass, Fern. You just can't force it in there.
There you go.
Kimba backs in.
No.
And it's picked up by Colorado.
That's
A
not
little
good.
too much activity down there, and he forgot to
Team
squeeze it.
terrible at what's
Always
up, play
protect the
game.
ball, Vern.
Suckwell.
I can't play the
Tips
game
the
either.
wide open shot.
Not so much.
And we're now all tied up 2. Dishes it to the stripe.
All right. Post game. Oh.
Scrucky with the shot. That
Oh,
will be a
come on. That was on its way out. Pooh.
Suckwell inbounds the ball.
Oh, I finally.
Passes out left.
Yeah,
The
I've spent a
15-footer.
lot of
Didn't
money.
fall.
I've spent
Bobby
more
Crawford.
money, I think, in
And
a
still
in
all
a
tied up
single
2.
in a single weekend
Backs
than I
him
ever
down.
have.
He's
But
double-teamed.
most of that is the fact that I paid for a hotel room, or at least chipped in on a hotel room because my friend is
He makes the
insane and I
first.
wanted to give him some money for it. I don't even know where to I don't even want to go. I don't even know how to go about discussing the hotel room for Anime Iowa. Holy fucking shit. It was really, really nice, but not worth the money that they charged. I think it's the sort of money that was charged because it was a special weekend, and yeah, it was a special weekend, and yeah, I think just because I don't know if it was because it was also maybe short notice that he put it up there, but God, and maybe the fact that the hotel is only like a year old, like it's not even 20 months old. Did I or did I not hook up with anyone? No. No, I did not. I didn't exactly try, but yeah, it's. I don't know. It's just some of the.
And I can't believe it. Definitely a block. Just got a little too
I don't know how to describe it.
Both teams are going to shake things up a little bit with some subs.
There's some people I had some communications with, but yeah, we anime weebs are a bunch that do not interact too much with each other. But met a couple of girls that were pretty nice. Friends of my friends that were single.
Good look,
but no, I didn't.
And it's now all knotted up. About 9.5 minutes left in the half.
Come on, there you go.
Takes it up, answered right back with a dunk by
Met quite a few, met plenty of guys. Met the friends that do a couple panels there every year that we've been friends with for a while, as well as I think the guy who sort of coordinates a lot of the concerts for them for the convention. So that was
bounces it down low.
It depends on whether or not the hotel was worth it. The hotel was really nice. It's a Hilton. It's a Hilton and it's a year old. So yeah, you can't win if you don't play. You can't lose either. Let's try this. Milton's got this post game down, man.
They're ahead 8-4.
But nah, it was interesting. But yeah, it's a 1-year-old Hilton and. Okay, so I was at work Friday. I had my stuff all packed up in my room, and I opted, instead of putting it in my trunk in 90-degree weather, I was just going to pick it up when I got home, which I'm kind of glad I did because it gave me a reason to have to go to a couple of the places because I was supposed to work like overtime that night, and I told my supervisor, I'm like, I can't now. I really can't. My friend, he's roaming around a convention right now. Can't get into the hotel room because he messaged me, and he was like, fuck, I can't get in the hotel room without paying it up front. Now, what he did, what he indicated to me was that this room was a large suite and was probably like...
But they're still up
$360, $400 a night. I'm like, that's a little pricey, but you know, it's a suite. Okay. So I asked him, I'm like, okay, so I'm under the impression that he paid roughly $800-900 tops for this. And I'm like, okay, well, how much money do you have on you? And he's like, I have about $1,300. How much does the room cost? With fees, $1,625. Why does the room cost $1,600 for one weekend? Are we getting hand jobs throughout the weekend? Is that part of like free room service?
Mays bounces it to the high post.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Back to the high post.
Hey, what's up, Jameson? So I felt bad because, like, he said he was just doing it to, like, treat himself. And I'm like, yeah, but that's fucking insane. Like, $1,600 is probably what I'm going to pay for my flight to Japan plus room and board for a couple weeks. That doesn't include all the extra fixins. But, yeah, as far as going to Japan and staying in Japan... and having a roof over my head for 12 nights. Yeah, that's about how much it's going to cost me. In fact, I think it might be slightly less. Now, of course, these places aren't going to be suites, but fuck, dude.
Fires. Fails to hit anything with the
So I'm
shot
like, well,
by
I'm just gonna. I'm at least. Thankfully, there's like five of us that were gonna be in this room, and so I was like, all right, I'll give you a bigger chunk because you're crazy. You're slightly insane. I'm like, that's not why. Why did you do that? I'm like, oh, I want to treat myself. Fuck, you don't have to treat yourself so nicely. But yeah, it was nice. It was basically 2 hotel rooms and then a large living dining room area, like a living room area with a dining room area and a mini kitchen. Like it really was nice because it was like 2 rooms and then a large area in the middle, which was great when we had a bunch of people over for a party. But yeah, it's just like, fuck, dude, that's $1,600. Come on.
They're still up by 5. Leads him with the pass. The last dropped in by Fellows.
Yeah, it was fun. I managed to, this is the first con that I can remember in probably 3-4 years that I managed to get out of there without spending any money on artwork. Now, I did buy some other stuff. I think I put on my Twitter that I bought a couple of these, well, they're phone charms technically, but I put them on my keychain because I thought, well, I've had this Overwatch lanyard attached to my keys forever. I could put these on here. I saw the little clip things, and I'm like, all right, I'll just put those to my keychain. And it's something a little bit different than a big Lucio lanyard. When am I going to Japan? I am leaving here. I am leaving October 31st, and I'll be back on November 13th. So, still a little ways away. But yeah, I put down the money for the flights, and I think I made a slightly good decision in my choice of my choice of flights, because I still ended up saving myself some money, so I shouldn't be too unhappy about it at all, because the way it is, I basically set up my own connecting flight. And I'll have to I might have to call either American, or if there's a manager thing at Chicago O'Hare, because I don't know if there's any etiquette about going from, because when you have connecting flights and you're going from one gate to another, I don't know if there's some sort of issue if you were to go on a flight on one airline and then check in on another flight and not have to go through the whole song and dance of going through the security check and all that, because I had already gone through that, because I would be already going through that. And if I could save myself from having to go through another security check at Chicago O'Hare Airport at 9 in the morning, that would be preferred, because I would rather just do the one security check at 5 in the morning in Des Moines, where I know I'm going to get through the line in 5 minutes, rather than have to deal with O'Hare Airport.
Passes to the top of the key.
But yeah, so what I opted instead for is, because they were going to charge me something like $1,300. I can't remember if I've talked about this too much on stream, but they were going to charge me something like $1,300 to take. I think it was either United or Delta from Des Moines to Tokyo. So what it is I looked at the whole flight thing, and they're like, okay, it's gonna be 30 hours of flight time, because we need you to be. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's gonna be 30 hours of flight time because you're gonna be doing a midnight layover in Vancouver. So you're gonna arrive sometime in the evening or late night, this day, and then you're going to have to be in Vancouver for 13 hours before you get on your next flight. I'm like, fuck, that's not cool. And then it was going to be the same thing back the other way. So I'm like, okay, I wanted to take I was told about ANA, which is All Nippon Airlines. I think it's kind of a subsidiary. It's like a Japanese subsidiary, I think, of United, or it's somewhat associated with United. I can't remember exactly what it is. But they wanted to do all that and then make me have to be traveling for like 36 hours there and 36 hours back. And I'm like, nah. So what I found was they have nonstop flights from Chicago to Tokyo for like less than $800. And so what I opted for is I got those flights, and then I got flights earlier in the day on the 31st there, and then later in the day on the 13th for my way back for like a couple $100 on American Airlines, and just coordinated flying American to Chicago and then flying ANA from Chicago to Tokyo. I'm like, nah. And that still only puts me to about $1,000. So, you know, I definitely appreciate that.
Makes the first of 3.
Because my other plan was to not even spend the money doing the American flights. I was just going to drive to Chicago, and then I realized how much I was probably going to hate life, both going there and coming back, driving 6 hours. Because it's like 6-hour drive to Chicago ain't bad. You know, I think when you're going there, but when you've been traveling for 12 hours and then having to do that 6-hour drive, probably not a great idea. So I just decided to spend a couple $100 on just even American Airlines was like, do you want an upgraded seat with better leg room? And I'm like, it's an hour flight. It's literally an hour and like 15 minutes. I can deal with whatever on an American flight. So yeah, Anime Hour was at least kind of fun. Just kind of chilling, hanging out, going to. I didn't go to many panels, if I remember right. I went to a few, but not a ton. Most of it was just hanging out and hanging out and drinking. Because I had one of my friends, he was having his his birthday party thing, and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be my birthday Friday night," and blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Yeah, I can't really make it, man. I'm gonna be at Anime Iowa." They're like, "Oh, what time's it over?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Friday through Sunday." He's like, "No, on Friday, like, what time does it end?" I'm like, No, you don't understand. It doesn't. It ends when we pass out, and it begins again when we wake up, and then it doesn't end, and then we do that until Sunday. That's how it works. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, Anime Iowa is a little bit different than like, because we didn't get it this year, but the last few years Wizard World has done their Wizard World Comic Con, and they've done some like, oh man, sorry, fuck, and they've done like the Wizard World Comic Con, which is kind of cool, but also like it's very pricey. There's not a lot of stuff to do. There's panels, but it's not as fun. Like it's, oh shit, I didn't even realize it was the end of the half. I would have just taken a shot. I wasn't even paying attention to the clock.
How about the happenings in the first half, Bill?
I can't think of too much good to say about this game.
But yeah, I've told my friends, I'm like, don't feel weird about like just doing a one-day thing to Wizard World Comic Con, because it's ridiculous. It's pricey and it's not nearly as intimate, and yeah, it's just it's not as much of a party, which it was still a decent party in Des Moines, but once it goes back to Coralville next year, it's going to be just a fucking gigantic party all weekend. It's a little bit, everything's a little bit more spread out. Everything's a little bit more spread out when they were in Des Moines and downtown. But yeah, when it's all within the stuff in Coralville next year, it's just going to be everything concentrated in that one
During
area.
halftime, I talked with Coach Wilson. He said that he isn't satisfied.
But
with
yeah,
the
there
small
were some
lead
like
and is going to
unofficial
try to
room
force the issue
parties that were
in the
pretty
second
good.
half.
We
He went
threw
on to
one
say
that had
he
probably
wasn't
about a
going to
dozen
mix up his
people or so
rotation,
there.
even though he
We
knows
went to
he has
another one
talent
that was
on the
like
end of his
a
bench.
slightly
He felt that the
bigger,
players
like
he used in the
it was like
first
a
half
rooftop
give him the
thing.
best chance
That
of
was
winning
kind of
this
cool.
game.
That's when I
He
took
won't
the
stray
picture of
from
the
that
Des
game
Moines
plan.
skyline
Guys?
because I
Okay,
hadn't
Tracy.
really,
We'll
despite the
see
fact
if
that
you
I'd
got the
lived here
message
pretty much my
across.
entire
Great
life, I never
moves
really done that.
inside.
So I was like,
I
oh, that's
can't
kind
believe
of
they
it's
didn't
kind of a
run
neat.
another guy at him.
Hard to
Kind of a neat
imagine
view.
the effectiveness he's shown. Feeds
That had a
left
lot more
wing.
people. That would probably people were coming and going all the
Puts up
time,
the
but it
tray.
probably was
Timber
it
yanks
probably
down
steadied
inside.
around like
The
50
D caught a
people at all
break there.
times.
That's his shot, and he was wide open.
Takes it up.
Ah,
That will be a goal.
fuck! Oh my god, I got so many basket interferences this game. Son of a bitch. I need to stop with the basket
DeMont
interferences.
inbounds the ball. Under 11 minutes left in the second half.
Oh, yeah, that was
Skips it
neat.
to the left, and they call goaltending.
Ah,
Give him-
bullshit. How many are we gonna have this game? Things got slightly awkward because one of my friends had his
Peñasola
ex-girlfriend show up
passes it
who's
court. Hunt
a little
goes up,
crazy.
lays it right
But
in, and they're up by
we made it
4.
through. We made it all right. Oh my god. I'm realizing how loud this thing still goddamn is. Can you just pipe it down just a little less?
Brings it up the floor.
That's what I want. I don't want it blasting in people's ears.
Knocked loose, but it's
Oh.
recovered by Suckwell. McLaughlin grabs the offensive rebound. That last shot from 12 feet made.
I'm surprised we didn't get goaltending or something on that.
Timber backs in, dishes to the elbow from
Oh.
long range. The basket
There we
was
go.
buried by Hunt. He's 2 for 2 for the game.
Listen to the crowd burn.
So yeah, it's been all right. Hoping to go to Tokyo for the Olympics next year. Can't wait to hear about your experience. I cannot wait to experience it. I'm also kind of glad because I told myself that if I didn't go this year, I probably wouldn't be able to go for a while. Fuck.
Both teams will make some substitutions.
I don't know what it's going to be like in preparation for the Olympics next year. I don't know if there's going to be what's going to be going on as far as stuff is concerned with that. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Takes it up. Slammed home by Milton.
I just realized I realized one thing today that I wasn't thinking about because I'm like, oh yeah, we'll be going to some, we're going to some wrestling stuff. We'll go eat a whole bunch of different foods, and there's a few different places we're gonna go, and we're definitely gonna hit up Akihabara. And then I realized I'm like, oh yeah, they have fucking boatloads of pachinko machines too for gambling. So I might have to hit up pachinko machines to do the gambling.
Look at this little guy getting it done.
Yeah,
down
the
low.
X. There's
Love
been
to see
incidents
him in
with
there.
him
They're
and
bringing the
the
double
X
team.
because the
Left
X
side.
has like
Passes it to the top of the key.
assaulted
For the
him
lead.
before at the
Reeled
convention.
in by Timber.
That's how to defend against a great shooter like him.
Not
You
really
can't give
hard
him any
enough for
space,
like,
Vern.
not really beating
Backs
on him
in.
enough to make it
Dishes
too
it to the
noteworthy,
elbow.
but at least harassing him basically. I would say.
Peñasola hands it off. Hunt gets it left wing.
Yo, Timba, you are not doing a whole lot by.
Timber, the shot
There we
down
go.
low, right in the bottom of the bucket. They're up 43.
I could only imagine what the
40.
price is
Just
trying to
over
go
8
to
minutes left in
the
second half.
Olympics in Tokyo will be. That's why I want to
Dish,
experience
right
it
wing.
now. It's because
Raises
once
up.
I get my
Looking
house, I don't
tie
know
the
how
game
much
on the
money I'm
shot
going to
by
have at
Suckwell.
that point.
He got the look he wanted to there, Bill.
Because you never
I
know
wouldn't let him
what
have too many
situations will
more
be
of those.
with,
He can light you
ah,
up in a hurry.
Misfired on
with
that last three by
roommates
Peñasola.
or,
The
potentially having
Buffaloes
people
can't
live with
tie it with a
you
three.
or what's
Well,
going
he
to
can
happen
hit
with all
but
that.
It's
So
not really his shot.
usually
Especially
just
with
going to be a
hand
little
in
bit
his
better.
face.
The Cyclones take their first time out of the game.
To at least go now while I don't have to worry too much. Let's do more defense.
Getting set
Man, this
to
has been
inbound
this is a
the ball.
close game.
Coach
I didn't
Conroy
like
is
this.
shaking things up, and this could spell trouble for the other team. This group has
It's been a long
chemistry.
week. I probably could have done something, I don't know, Sunday or Monday, but I was just too friggin' tired. Oh my
Savanovic.
god. Actually, this is about the latest.
Milton backs
I think
him down.
From
Up and in on that
like
last
what was it,
layup.
like
He owns
November,
the
December, like it
goalpost.
was like
Not
late
wanting to get
October
inside on you like
when I
that.
started doing
About 7.5
days.
minutes left
I
in the
actually
second half.
woke up, I think, on Sunday at like 2 in the afternoon because I had left early, so I could sleep beyond checkout time
Nice little
because I was
crossover.
like, well,
Upright.
I
Puts it
got a
out.
little
No
bit of a
good from
nap
10
in,
feet.
and then I ended up going home at like 5 in the morning so that I could go
Milton
home
dumps
and,
it
and
off.
sleep past check-in
Passes it to
because
the
I
free
didn't
throw
want
line.
I didn't feel
Backs
like dealing
down.
with that. So I
Slams it home with one
I
hand.
literally woke up on Sunday at
push
like
their
2
lead to
in the
5.
afternoon. I
The
probably could have done
Buffaloes
something,
with
but
some
I was just like
difficulties.
jet lagged. I almost, you could
Takes
say,
it up.
just partied
Finger
out
roll
maybe.
Flipped up and in by Guy. But they're still down by 3.
Buying a
Shepherd.
house, can I live in the basement? You know what's funny is that
Here's
when
the
you
double
when you
team.
talk about that, I'm actually going to be living in my
Gets
own
it left
basement.
side. That last 19-foot shot was
I've
off.
already,
Great
because
defensive
if I
pressure
get
on
the
that
house
shot.
that
That's how
I've
you
been looking
prevent
at,
easy
which
baskets.
I mean might not happen for another 9 months or so anyway.
Bounce pass,
But
right side.
what I have been
Guy backs
looking
down.
at,
Mays
I'd probably
from about
end up
19 feet.
in the
Bangs it off
basement
front of the rim and out.
with
Look at the big fella
with
pull
sort
down
of
that
a
board. When he
man
sees the
cave
ball go up,
in the
he isn't
basement
afraid
den.
to go after it.
And they call goaltending. They'll give him the bucket.
But there's all sorts of bedrooms upstairs. I don't know how many of my
Inbounds the
friends
ball.
who
Right around 6
might need a
minutes
place
left
to
in the
live
second
could
half.
stay there.
Has it down low. Got a hand on it.
Get it out of there, big fella. You have to
The only
protect
thing I
the
would
lane,
be
and that time, they tried
the
to
only
sneak
thing I
one
would
through
be
on him.
not
The
so
big
keen
guy
about
has
is
spoken.
some of the
Cyclones
friends
with
that
the
I don't
denial.
care
They're still
to
up by 5. He got
I
it
don't
up there,
care
but
to
the
have to
shot
shelter.
wouldn't fall.
I got a couple of
One
friends that
touch,
are
it might have.
I don't know.
Mays
I don't know what you would
passes to the
say,
free
but
throw line.
they don't really
Upright.
have their shit together in life, and they don't seem interested in having their shit together in life. And I just know it'd be a thing when they screw up again and then do something stupid, and then they end up out on the street. It would be like, hey, you got a house, you could shelter him. It's like, I can shelter him, but
Leads him
fuck
with the
no.
pass. Zivanovic.
How
Double
did that
clutch layup
not?
to drop. But they're still up by 5.
It's the only thing. That's all right. I'm almost 30 at this point. I can learn to say no to people.
Kicks it out to the left wing. Tosses it up. No good.
But yeah,
Jumper by
it's
Guy.
just been a busy week of stuff. Like I think it's been a week since I've streamed because Thursday I went and saw a movie, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or at least Friday, Saturday night was
The Buffaloes all time.
being out of the house doing MMA Iowa. Sunday I was just too tired to really give a shit about anything. I forget why I didn't do something Monday. I think Monday I could have done something, but I didn't. And then yesterday I had
Suffering through
a friend over and
excruciating. You feel it with every
went
step you
and,
take. Never mind
had
running and
cards night
jumping.
and various other things.
The
So
crossover.
yeah, it's been a busy
Collected
week.
inside by Shepherd. He attacked it with everything
Yeah,
he
busy
had,
week
but
of
it
spending a
still
lot of
wasn't
money.
enough.
Good defense, not letting them jam it home.
Caught. Catches it. Right block.
Between
Lets
the
it
money
go.
I dropped for
The
my
three was
flights to
drained by
Japan
Shepherd.
and then Anime
They've now
Iowa
scored
stuff,
13
and then I get a
unanswered
call
points. Just over
on
4
Monday
minutes left in the second
about
half.
the Iowa Barnstormers because they're like, oh yeah, we want to renew season tickets for next year. I'm like, God, the season just ended
Fires from
a
the
week
high
ago.
post. They roll
Really?
it
That was on its way
Jump
out.
shot.
I'm like, the season just
Both
ended a
teams
week
are
ago.
making
Why do we got to do this right now? Can you wait like a month when I'm not getting hammered with everything?
Struck. Inbounds the ball. Catches it. Top of the key. Backs him down. Shepherd dishes to the elbow. They're going to double team him. Left wing. Dig behind the
Yeah, that
arc.
was goofy,
Can
but
you
got it.
believe this crowd? Just listen to these people. They're going insane. Well, it looks like they're getting set to inbound the ball.
At least we can hopefully get a win. That would be nice. I got to prepare for the next 2 days for 12-hour days. They basically told us ahead of time I'm probably going to have to prepare for that.
A dynamite
So that'll be fun. It's been a few days since I've been at work, and then I get to go back and do 12-hour days because of Amazon Prime Day. So they had Amazon Prime Day, what was it, Monday and Tuesday? So Monday and Tuesday isn't the bad days, you know, for the post office, but once they start sending the packages out, apparently there's a lot of fucking packages. And I'm not surprised. Because even I re-signed up for the Amazon Prime trial just so I could go get myself a new memory card for my Switch.
Tried to answer back with a 3, but it's missed by Herman.
But yeah, it's just, it's crazy. I'm already preparing myself for having to just live at work for the next couple days. Because, yeah, they're like, yeah, there's truckloads of stuff. Stream's lagging. Oh, God, why did I drop so many frames all of a sudden? I see that. Sorry about that. It looks like it's fine now, but yeah, I see that. 581 frames, that's like something like 20 seconds worth of frame droppage. That was odd. Sorry about that. That's not something that happens all the time. And I usually keep my stream to about 3,000. You know, a lot of people do the 1080p and all that stuff, and I just, for a lot of these games, I don't go beyond 720p because there's not much of a need. Ooh, that's a long one. That's one of the good things about when my TVs break, is I know that when my main TV eventually breaks, it's not going to matter much. I'm going to be able to get another TV for pretty cheap because everyone is so heavily invested in like 4K and 8K. For the longest time, it was, for a little bit there was like 3D, but I think even the last manufacturer's done making 3D TVs. It's all about 4K and 8K. So everyone's so obsessed with 4K and 8K that a regular old 1080p TV can go for super cheap.
McLaughlin gets it top of the key. Scrucky grabs the
which is nice because when I had a TV break on me a few weeks ago, and I needed it for like a like a secondary monitor for my computer setup. It's a 24-inch. It's a super thin 24-inch. It's like, I think it's a 720p. I think it's 720p TV. But it was like an open box deal at Best Buy for literally like 65 bucks. Literally just popped it off the shelf, went over to the cash register, like, yep, 65 bucks. Like, Jesus.
Shepard hands it off.
There we go. One of y'all gonna post up? No? Okay, cool. That was a horrible pick and roll, but we'll just drive you in there anyway. We'll just make it work.
They're leading 67 to 51.
That was weird. A random almost 20-second frame drop.
The run cannot be stopped by Dumont.
I wouldn't bet on him missing that one again.
Jesus. I wanted to start this earlier, too. I had like this... nothing ever works out the way you think it... Because I had like this, I had like this grand vision of like, oh man, I'm going to start streaming at like 2 o'clock and I'm going to stream for like 6 hours. And then I don't get there till like 8. And I'm just like, well, I got to work at some point in the morning, so I could just do my normal. I could just do about 3 hours or so. Do a couple segments of stuff. Can we just end it like this? Curry! Oh! Oh my God! Oh wow! What a final shot! All right, streak is up to 12. Home record is now 47-5. Fantastic. Whoops. It got close there on a few occasions. It really did on several occasions there. All right, so Oklahoma and Missouri are our next ones. I can deal with that. Nope, just get me to there. No sportsmanship for the CPU. Fuck them. Bomb. And that. And that. And that. That. I'm starting to think I could probably find more juniors that might be somewhat interested. Like, hello, would you be interested in joining our team? I need to look at potentially more people. Especially people who I could try to convince. Maybe someone like him. Just, you know, request a game tapes, shoot him an email, send him a phone call, add to the target list, and there you go. We're up to, and we have an 8th person. Oh my God, we're number 15. Holy shit, we're ranked. Damn, that was fast. And we shot up. Like we literally just like hopped over Colorado. Like, yep, and now we're number 15 in the nation. Like, oh shit, when did that happen? I love how the team can actually perform. We can actually perform well at games here. Look at that, we're up to an 89. We must be doing, I think it might be a morale thing. Is the main deal with that, I think. Yeah, everyone's got like +1. He's got a +2. +2's there. He's probably not too happy because he's red-shirted, but that's fine. I forgot about all that. We actually have, how many red shirts we got? We just got the 1 red shirt? Okay. Still lagging hard. Okay, you might need to refresh with that because I haven't, since the last time you said that it's lagging, I haven't dropped any frames, so I will give you at least that much, that when you did say it was lagging, I looked over and it says 581 dropped frames, but since then it's still at 581 dropped frames, so
Get ready for college hoops 2K8. The Oklahoma Sooners take on the Iowa State Cyclones.
I don't know why.
We should have a good one coming your way today. Hello, basketball fans. We're here at Hilton Coliseum.
I haven't even been up that long in my day.
Partner Bill Raftery and our sideline reporter Tracy Wolfson. What's your take on this, Bill?
I forget if there's things I'm waiting for in the mail. No, that's here. Okay. There's a couple things.
Iowa State wins the tip-off.
I did get I finally got my memory card for my Switch because originally I'm glad I was able to stagger this out and wait just long enough because I'm a big physical media type guy, especially when it comes to my video games. So I've always done like physical cartridges whenever I can with my games.
They're in front, 3-2.
There we go.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Tracy
So
Wolfson,
it's
for
been
an update.
helpful because I've only had a 128 gig card for the longest time for almost 2 years I've had my Switch, and I haven't had to upgrade it. Well, I recently had to upgrade it because I got NBA 2K19 last month, and I didn't have enough room, so I'm like, fuck, okay. Upgraded to a 200 gigs, and so I upgraded to that, and I'm even with the 200 gigs, I'm up to I'm up to like 39 gigs left or something like that. It's one of those things. It's like 1 or 2 big games that doesn't fit on a cartridge, and I'm right back where I'm at.
because the next
Ah.
time it won't be a miss.
Damn it.
Takes the shot. Count it.
There you go. He made it that
Time's the
time.
charm. They got on this roll
Ooh!
and just
Oh my
had the
God, he
back.
got it.
Stolen by Iowa State.
Damn it. Oh, that should have been.
He
That'd have been
attacked it with
perfect.
Everything he had, but it still wasn't enough. Good
But
defense,
yeah,
not
so
letting
I
them
finally was like, okay, these 200 gigs will wait a few days. I'll just let it sit the way it is. And
Has
then
it left side.
I knew, because I thought to myself, if I can make it last until Black Friday, I'll be fine.
Put an end to the
And
run.
then Prime Day came up, and I'm like, well, there's got to be something for Prime Day, I'm sure. And then sure enough, for like 45 bucks, it's a 400 gig card. So I got that today. I haven't switched everything over
Passes
yet,
it
but
to the
that'll be
elbow.
my next. That'll be something I'll be doing here in the
He's
next
double
couple
teamed.
days, I think, is switching over everything over to the 400
Good
gig
from
card.
three-point range.
And then maybe by the time that's filled up, I can. It'll be like 50 bucks for a full terabyte card.
Oklahoma takes its first
What's up,
timeout of the
Turtle?
game.
12-3. Let's keep the defense up.
Well, let's get back to
Let's
the
keep
action.
doing
The
that.
Cyclones will bring out some reserves.
The sooner we can pack up and leave after that. Am I excited for Luigi's Mansion 3? Yes, I am. The one thing about that is that it's coming out on
Great.
October
Inbounds the
31st, which is when I am leaving
Dangerous
for
pass.
Japan. And I could technically, considering it is a first-party Nintendo thing, I could
Just over
download
9
it
minutes left in the
and
half.
have it playable
Stolen
by
away
like
by
midnight.
Oklahoma.
Oh, the
But I think what I'm
quick
going to
hands
do,
before
since
they
I'm,
even knew what hit them.
big
He made
physical
off with
media
that
type
one.
person, is I'll probably just wait until I'm in Japan and then just buy it in
Releases.
Japan.
The three-pointer knocked down by Sims. They're now down
I don't
by
know how
4.
much there's going to be
Hunt brings it up the floor.
to do in the airport. I've been told there's several
Skips it
shops
down
and
low.
things and
Milton
places to
picks
eat
it
in the
up.
airport that are really
rejection.
nice.
He had his number that
It'd be
time.
really cool if I could
Perfect
get
timing. Great footwork.
Luigi's
Gets that
Mansion
one.
3 at the
Can't
airport.
convert, but he'll go to the
It's like,
line
yeah,
for
no.
two.
There was a brand new game that came out today. I'll just go ahead and grab it while I'm here, while I'm waiting.
Knocks down the first one.
Excited for Madden 20. Oh my god, I haven't heard much about it. Is Madden 20 the one that's like? Is that the one that's doing the QB1 mode, or was
Gets
that
the second to
19? I
fall as
can't
well.
remember.
Milton
Not
inbounds the ball.
much for me
Hunt
to care
passes it
about,
up
but
court.
I like how they're doing the
Stefanovic
story-driven
gets it
stuff
upright.
now that 2K is
Pass,
sort
high
of
post.
really
Backs
get.
down.
Now that they've really gotten heavy
To
on
put
it.
an end to the run.
It's like,
Gets
oh
it to
yeah,
go.
this is
They
selling.
increase their lead to
This
4,
is selling
but it's recovered
items.
by Vaughn.
I'm more excited for Maximum Football, I think. I'm not as excited because I thought it was going to be a little bit closer to what Axis is with customization and things like that. Plus, I thought it was on
Catches it
PC.
on the strike.
As it turns out, that's not the case.
Milton
So,
snatches
slightly
the
less
rebound.
excited for
Well,
it,
he can
but
get
I'm
that,
still going to
but
give it a
it's not
chance
really
because,
his shot.
Especially with
college
that hand in his
dynasty and
face.
everything.
Backs in. Easy look.
Ah,
Snatched
damn it.
down by Duggins.
Duggins did a good job to grab that rebound. Perfect position that time.
Palmer fires. Can't hit from beyond the arc. They're still down 9. Milton
Bum, bum,
dishes
bum,
it to the free
bum.
throw
There
line.
you go.
Takes a 3. That one was
That was
drilled
very
by
lazy
Pizzolo.
defense. He literally just
They
came
now
strutting
go
up
up
with an
by
arm
7.
in the air like, I want to pretend I'm making an effort. Madden 20 is QB1, yeah.
Break. Feeds it to the left
I was
side.
never a huge QB guy, like in any
Palmer,
of the
nice little crossover.
in any of the games. Like I think when I played Road to Glory in
Milton
NCAA
inbounds
football,
the
I
ball.
always
Just
did it
over
as
7
a
minutes
wide
left in the
receiver.
half.
Which is kind of funny because I made my
Give the
quarterback
key.
like a
Phenomenal
runner-up for the
pass. He'll get a
Heisman, just
lot of
being the
shots.
guy who
He
goes,
also
okay,
has great instincts,
I'm going
a
to
nose
ignore
for the
all
ball,
my
and a
routes.
feel for
I'm
meeting
just
the
going to
shooter's
run
release
where it
point.
looks like I'm open and then call
Has
for
it
the
down
ball
low.
and you throw it to me and I'm going to find a
Goes
way
up.
to jump up and get it.
Nice little pump fake, but the layup
And then
was
we're going
off
to
the
win the
mark.
national
Blood break.
championship
Don't put anything
doing
in the
just
cup like
that.
I'm sure his coach will be
Don't
telling
give
him
me,
that.
you can
Here
give
comes the
me
double
sort
team.
of basic routes. I probably
Feeds
will
right
ignore
wing.
them.
Timba tosses it up. No
That was a
good
dumb
from
idea. Timba's
downtown.
not the guy to be taking that.
But they're still out in front by 5. Throws it
favorite
up.
basketball you watch in
The
Slam
shot
Dunk
from
lately?
beyond the arc
Nice.
was no good
I
by
haven't.
Sims.
I don't know why.
Sivanovic brings it up.
I like basketball and I like anime, but I've not watched any anime basketball. I know
No
of
luck
them,
on the
like between
three-point
Slam
attempt.
Dunk and Kuroko
They're
no
still up
Basket.
by 5. It's stolen
I'd
by
much rather
Peñasolo.
watch some of the
Not a good
really
entry pass,
stupid
Vern. You
shit
just
this
can't
season.
force
Oh
it
my
in there.
god.
Kimball
Some of the shit that they have put out there this season is like, yo,
backs
you
him
know
down.
it's summertime
Double
because of the
lays it up and in.
type of shit that
He's
they
got
have
2.
out there right now. Oh my god.
Gets it right wing.
He plays the Alabama
Duggan passes
Tusks.
it to the free throw line. Out left. Sims puts it up. Hits the jumper. But they're still behind by 5.
They're playing a 2-3 zone, Vern, trying to take away their low
there we
post
go.
and force some jump shots.
Milton backs down. Puts it up. The three-pointer knocked down by
Hey,
Sivanovic.
all them 3-pointers. Let's go.
Almost time.
Holy shit, it's still the first half. I don't even know why that didn't like get into
Well,
my
let's
head.
get back to the action. Both teams are making substitutions. Adegana inbounds the ball.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit back a little bit more.
Dishes it to the
Maybe it'll
elbow.
be nicer when I'm
Sims.
just like, instead of like leaning over in my chair, I'll kind of sit back into it. Move my mic back. But yeah, because I had that.
Connects on the
I had that on
Cut it to
a.
6.
I think last week I had one of my friends go, "Yo, these are some
right
shows
wing.
coming up this season. We're gonna take a look at them."
Strucky
And like every
backs
show
in,
is like, "Oh man, I
raises
want to
up.
watch more."
Can't connect from the right block. But they're still out in front by 6.
There's one show that's great because it's a little bit comedic, but it's not a comedy. It's like kind of a dramatic sort of. It's slightly more serious. Well, there's still comedic stuff to it, and it's just like a coming of age thing of like girls who, you know, never experienced sex, and they read a lot of like erotic fan fiction books in their like club. And then all of a sudden, one of them's like, you know what? I do want to experience sex. And they're like, what?
That's an over and back violation.
He just lost track of where he was on the floor, Vern. You have to be able to dribble with your
I know
head up
you can't
or
hear it, but
things like
I
this
just heard
happen.
my roommate just go crazy in the other room. Something that I think he
inbounds the
played.
ball.
I'm sure he's playing Apex based off of what I
Inside.
heard.
Scrucky
He's like, oh
backs
man,
him
no
down.
scope, motherfucker, I got you.
Osborne gets the board inside.
What the fuck? Hyped out the player models. Can't wait to see what they look like. On which
Shoots it.
game?
The three-point attempt missed by Sims. Still a double-digit game. Chewy takes it up. Can't extend
What the
lead to
fuck?
double digits.
But yeah,
They've still
there's a
got an
couple
8-point
shows
lead.
out there that it's like it's
Passes to
it's
the
one of those
elbow.
things where it's like if you don't have a fetish for this,
On the mark
you
from
will.
17 feet out.
Have you ever
And
thought
they're now
about
down
girls
by
who
6.
box and
About
weightlift?
3.5 minutes
You ever
left in the
thought
half.
about how hot that would be? Well, you
Shepherd
do
lets it
now.
go. Drains it for 3. He's 3
You ever
for
had a
3
fetish for
downtown.
girls who lift weights? Check it out now.
The Sooners will take a timeout.
It's even better when it's shit that's like it's even better when it's a show that like combines the sort of like entertainment along with like educate like the edutainment thing.
Inbound the ball.
Where it's like kind of educational but also entertaining, and then it's just like, and now anime girls doing that. What?
Adegana inbounds the ball.
Why does
Steal
this
by Shepherd.
why does
The
this
Cyclones
anime girl
with
doing
a chance
push-ups
for a
look so
double-digit
erotic?
lead.
Why
Still
did
in
you
the
make
lead.
it? Why did you
Not a
do it
good
that
entry
way?
pass, Vern. You just can't force it in there.
Maximum, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing how the player models on Axis are pretty good too. I haven't heard too much about Axis though.
They roll
What
this
the
one
fuck?
goaltending. Count the shot. .254 left in the first half. Chewy backs down.
Come on.
Pokes free.
Oh, okay.
And
Fuck
it's
you
gathered
then.
up by Vaughn. Picked him clean.
Well, the game just slows down for him to the point he sees things that others don't.
Has
Ah.
it left wing.
Do
It's
it. Oh, damn it.
picked up by Oklahoma.
It should have worked, and then it didn't.
Much of a look. You could see that one coming before he released it.
Oh. There we go.
Shepard dishes to the top of the
Okay,
key.
Timba. No.
Perimeter.
Oh, good. I got the right
For
guy.
three.
I was afraid I
Gunna
didn't.
hauls in the board.
That's just
How
a
do you
bold
screw
assignment by
that
the
up?
defense.
You had
Can't
all the
afford too
time in the
many of
world
those.
to like set that up, take the shot, and there you go.
Skips it to the stripe. Briggs. Kimball hauls it in.
Well, at least
That's
he
his
missed
fourth
too.
rebound thus
So
far.
He might have been thrown
Not
off by
always
how
lost.
wide open he was.
Dumps it inside. Cox has it on the corner. Dumps it off. Unloads.
ah,
By Osborne. And that's his third rebound of the contest.
yeah. There's another
Hard for
show
shot,
that
but the defender worked just a little bit harder.
is only like 12 minutes long, but it's about a bunch of girls who get stranded on an island and they have to survive. And it's like, oh, here's some really neat survival tips. And then also, one of them's dehydrated.
Out of bounds after the
And do you
errant
know
shot.
what? Do you know what is
Both teams
sanitary?
will make some substitutions.
What is fairly sterile? Urine. There's actually a moment that was kind of funny, just because it was, just because it was like, it was like, oh, if you're thirsty, you can, you could do, so, you know, if you're both hungry and thirsty, you could do something like this. She like takes off her shirt. They see fish jumping, and she fucking whacks one with a stick onto land, and then kills it, wraps it up in her shirt, and just squeezes the blood out. And she's like, it's not ideal, but it'll work. And it's like, that's horrifying, but probably also a halfway decent survival tactic. Fuck, I knew that was happening. I couldn't get the ball off in time. I was sitting here cramming on the X button going, can you please?
Left side. Milton cleans the defensive board.
God, we were doing so well, and then we just sort of like
Get a cleaner look.
mediocred
Backs him
everything.
down. Feeds it to the left wing.
No,
Rice
that's
is
not someone who should be
Stolen
shooting
away by
threes.
Osborne.
Big Cardinal sin burn. He left his feet and he had no idea.
I don't know
what he
why
wanted
we
to
had
do
our
with the ball.
center
Osborne
just sitting in the
shoots.
wing. Like, yeah, he'll shoot the threes. No, he won't.
Still a tie ball game. Releases. He got fouled and still
That's
almost
all right.
made it. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. And he makes the first.
All right. I mean, as long as we keep this up and we don't screw up too badly.
Gets the second to fall as well.
Whatevs.
Ball inbounds the ball. First half comes to an end with the score 29-23. Give us your opinion on the first half,
I wish
Bill.
I had
I
some
can't think of too much
caffeine.
good to say about this game.
Some
so
sort of
far.
caffeination would be nice. I mean, I do have caffeine in my fridge, but that's for the next couple days. Because it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna be exhausted. Come, you know, tomorrow. Tomorrow's where it's gonna really hit hard. Because I'm coming off of 5 days off, where I'm used to waking up at like 11 in the morning. Oh my god.
Bounce pass, left wing.
There's a couple nights I didn't wake up all that great. Woke up at like 9 after like maybe 6 hours.
Bucket is good.
So
And he'll have a
that's
chance for
fine.
one
But yeah, the
more.
last couple
He's either
nights it's
gotta
just been
foul
like,
hard or
yeah,
don't foul
just
at
don't
all.
feel like
You
waking
can't
up till
just
like
give up
noon.
easy three-point
I
plays.
even had my mom call me because her birthday's in a
shot is
couple
good
days and
for a
we were going to go out for her
three-point
birthday. But if I'm going to be
Let's check in
working
with
12
Tracy
hours, that ain't
Over
going
the
to
break, I
happen.
had a word with Coach
So she's like,
Wilson.
hey,
He
you know,
said
if you
that he
got
isn't
something that you can
satisfied with the
do,
small lead and
you
he's
know,
going
if there's
to try
something
to
that you can
force the
do
issue in the
today, I'm like,
second half. Coach told me that he wasn't
sure.
going to play this next half by the book, and that he'll try
This is
things
like
that some might
11:30.
call
She's like, are you not out of
counterintuitive.
bed yet? I'm
Guess
like,
we'll see what he means.
not
soon enough.
really.
Guys?
Well done, Tracy. Thank you.
You gotta be careful around half court. You can't just drift around back there.
Yeah. I have some of my coworkers that are
Gets
like,
it
I
left corner.
can't understand how you sleep, how you can sleep so late. You know, because I always, even on my days off now, I wake up at like 6 or 7, maybe 8 at the latest. I'm like, you underestimate my ability to sleep. I love my sleep. Oh, Jesus, that was bad.
To the stripe.
Thank God it
Kicks it
didn't
out
bite
to
me
the
in the
outside.
ass.
Vaughn.
Yeah, I always keep trying to
Bounces
find,
it to the
like,
left.
it's interesting because a lot of people are talking about so people are
But they're
hyping
still
up the
down
player
by
models of
6.
Maximum Football. Why haven't we seen them? Isn't the game coming out like next month?
Backs him down.
I was just sitting here thinking about it. It's like,
Feeds
isn't the
right
game,
side.
isn't that coming out next month? Shouldn't we have a pretty good idea
Throws it
of what type of game we're going to
Can't
get?
connect from long range. But they're still up by 6.
Like, we know what the, we know there's going to be a
Launches
college
one
mode.
from
We
beyond
know,
the arc.
you
Has it
know,
on the perimeter.
there's going to be
Great
certain
offensive
this, that,
rebound.
and other
He worked
things, you
so
know.
hard to establish position.
Duggan dishes it to the right wing.
I don't know. I just feel like we should have an idea that
Break.
of
Fitch gets it. Top of the key.
what's going on like
Drops it
with the
in from
game.
beyond the arc.
I've only heard but a couple of
talk within
things and maybe
3.
some screenshots of like menus, and it's like, that's not good because
Scrucky
I
backs
don't
down.
know.
Dish right wing from deep. Reeled in by Scrucky. Takes it up.
There you
throws
go.
it down.
Just body them.
He's shooting
Just body
42%
them.
for the game. Under 10 minutes left in the second half. Palmer picked off.
Such great
Oh,
instincts.
oh,
He
oh!
knew
Can we get it in
exactly
there?
where the
No,
ball
we
was going.
can't.
Oklahoma is really
Tried.
struggling. Has it top of the key.
The intercept. What great reflexes. He pounced
September.
in and
Oh,
picked
okay.
that
It's not
one
next
off
month. It's
easily.
September. But even then, like, we're still like what?
Break.
Still
Kicks
probably
it out
what?
to the
2
right
months
corner.
away. Figure we
Duggan
should
hands
probably
it
have
off.
a
It was hit
decent
by
idea of the
Briggs.
game.
They're now behind by 2. Iowa State is shooting itself in the foot with all the turnovers. Tracy has something for us.
Coach Wilson stood in front of the bench a moment ago and said, if we
I
can't
don't
hold
know.
on
That's
to the
just my
ball any
feeling.
better
I feel
than
like
this, there
I
is
feel like
no
I know
way we can
more
win
about
this
what's
game.
going to be coming
Rice is
in
trying
like
to get his message
Animal
across
Crossing
loud and
than I do
Thanks,
Maximum
Tracy.
Football. Like Animal, I know what's gonna. I know what Animal Crossing is gonna be like, and that doesn't come out till March,
That was a much
as
quicker
compared
shot than they might
to
have liked,
like
but it was
Maximum
pretty open
Football.
look, so it's tough to fault him.
Left side. Backs him down.
Although
Skips
I
it
would
to the
like to
wing.
see, because I know there was like a big thing between if it was going to be college
20
football or
feet out.
arena football that
Not
they
there by Peñasola.
added as another potential
They're
thing.
still
I'd
up by
love to
5.
see
Leads him with the
somebody
pass.
do arena football again.
With the shot.
That would be
Knocks it down
fantastic.
from 3-point land. 7 points, and he's his team's leading scorer.
Oh,
Scrucky
okay.
takes the
Don't
shot.
just drive
No
in.
good
I
from
figured
10
you'd
feet.
drive in for a layup,
But they
but
still
yeah,
lead
fuck
by
me,
2.
huh? Twitter brings out the worst in people. You're not wrong.
Duggan catches it
Twitter,
right wing.
Twitter
Palmer
absolutely
bounces
brings
it to
out the
high
worst
post.
in people.
Last 20-footer was
I've seen that
offline
time
by
and time
Paul.
again, and
Stolen
it's just
by
like,
Fitch.
you
The
got
D
that.
was really waiting for
Oh
it
my
there.
God,
That's
it's
how you do it.
like
Keep the
I
heat
like to
on.
use
Wait
Twitter.
for the misstep and then
It's
capitalize.
weird. Sign up for their Patreon does the. That's. Aren't you trying to? That's.
Knocks
I
down the
won't.
first one.
I won't
Both
get
teams
too
are
much
making
into
a
it,
few
but it's
lineup
like if
changes.
you're an indie company, maybe you might want to try to sell your game to a slightly more broader audience. That's just my own personal feelings. I get the Patreon
the
thing,
second.
but it's like you're trying to sell the game, right?
Hunt tosses it up court.
I don't know.
Dishes to the right.
I just feel like it's.
Milton backs in, goes up.
I guess I'll find out in September if it's between like not finding out about it until September or signing up for the Patreon. I guess I won't find out till September because I'm not that heavily interested.
Skip pass outright. Got it. He's got 7. Milton inbounds the ball.
They've got their
Yeah.
defense, and it's
Twitter's seriously one of
dumps it
those
off.
things where it's like I
Backs
enjoy
down.
using it, and of course I'm on it, but I
Chewy
also
from
realize the sort of
downtown.
cesspool,
Milton gets inside
the sort
and
of
rips it
anal
down.
cancer that
Hammered
it
in on that
is.
last dunk.
there you go. clean up after the rebound and make sure
Madden
there
20 will
isn't
be
another
100%
one.
better than 19. I mean, that's what they say
Outstanding
about
physical
every
play out
year. And 19 is a
Has it
low bar
right
to
wing.
set.
The crossover.
The gameplay was better. Okay.
Out left. Beats it to the elbow.
I
Osborne.
mean, once again, kind of a lower bar
Can't
set.
get the jumper to fall.
Oh, the big fella with a
I mean, you
tough
could have said that
rebound.
last
No
year
denying
where
him on that one.
like 18 was better than
Hunt hands it
17's
off.
gameplay. I'm like, well, fuck, it better
They're
be.
going to double team him.
I forget
it
when it
out
was
to the
like
wing.
Canadian football, then they're like, we're going to do
Hunt
maximum
grabs the
football.
rock.
Like, if you told me that the gameplay was better than the Canadian football game, I'm like, well, you
A
just
superior
fucking better
effort
be.
to fight through the foul and put it down. Strong move, Vern.
He's in man-to-man. Oh, shit.
Can't convert the three-point play.
Hey,
Tosses it up. Corralled
fuck.
by Palmer.
Just couldn't find any room to
A lot of
move down
maximum
there.
football dick
That's
riders on
about the
Twitter.
only way to stop him.
Yeah, like, oh man, dude, there's a YouTuber I watch that anytime I will say there's a lot of Madden dick riders too, because I've seen there's at least one guy I watch on YouTube.
Shoots from the corner.
Whenever he posts something
It
about a
falls short.
game where it's like, oh, it's looking pretty good, like he's still. Like, I think it's because he's also the guy to inform people of things going on in, like, maximum access football. Oh, my God, how
There's nothing he
clean
can
was
do but
that?
shake his head on that
Jesus
one and move
Christ.
Catches it. High
That's
post.
disheartening.
Milton backs in. Off the backboard and in. They got on
But
this
yeah,
one a while
anytime
ago
there's talk
and
about a
just haven't
non-Madden
looked
game,
back.
it's like, this game looks like shit. This isn't Madden. It's like, yeah, no, they're not claiming to be
Slipping away from
Madden.
his team, and I'm sure he's hoping this time out will straighten them out.
Still waiting for the 2K WWE soon. This current story
Getting set to
sucks.
inbound the ball. Both teams are going to
I
make
mean,
some substitutions.
God, now that I think about it, this is the first year. Yeah. I haven't played a WWE game in a little while now. I think even with 18, I think I got it on PC and I didn't play it hardly at all.
Dishes it to the wing.
I haven't really picked up a WWE game in a little while.
He's
They're all
shooting
kind of
66%
they're all
from
kind of
downtown.
boring. I'm
Backs
not
down.
having as much fun
Fires.
as
The shot
I would
was
like to.
banked in
Whoops.
by
There we go.
Chusey.
As I think I'd like to
Now
in those
front by
games.
6. Oklahoma
Like, they need to
is
put some
really
fun
struggling.
stuff. They did kind of put some fun stuff in with, like, oh yeah, here's fake Japan stuff. Like, here's a fake Korakuen Hall, a fake Tokyo
Sizing up
Dome, and a
his
backyard
man.
wrestling thing,
Wall
and an
pulls the
interesting
trigger.
story. And
Can't get the
here's
three to fall. He wasn't
blocky
too worried about that
Minecraft
one.
style mode,
Gave
and
him
here's
room to
big
get
head
it off.
mode. It's like,
Mainly
that's
because
cool,
they
but then
prefer
that's
the
also
long
just
straight
novelties that
over
wears
him
off
driving it in.
after a while.
Passes it to the left
And it
wing.
doesn't affect the gameplay
Kimba
much at
backs
all.
him down.
Doesn't really affect the
Sivanovic
gameplay at
has it
all.
cross court.
And it's like,
Last shot
eh.
is buried for 3. The Sooners call time, and they've got one left.
Yeah, I can't remember the last one I didn't buy. I think even when I wasn't buying games for like home consoles, I think I'm pretty sure I still bought like SVR and SVR 07, and I think even 08 for my PSP.
Evans
Back when I
inbounds
had a
the ball.
PSP.
Right around 4 minutes
I remember
left
that
in the
because I
second
played the shit out of 07's GM mode on the PSP.
pass, right wing.
That's all I mostly played on that. Because it was kind of the same thing,
Gets it
and
right wing.
gameplay on the PSP version wasn't fantastic, but GM mode was pretty much the same thing
Radenovic
on
dumps
it.
it off.
It was great.
Briggs shoots from 13 feet. Strucky gets the rebound. How did he miss that one?
It
I
happens.
just want another
You just
fun
gotta
game.
shake it off and
That's all I want.
Oklahoma is really struggling to close down the middle. Tracy has
Jesus.
something for us. Tracy?
Coach Altman is definitely aware of that problem. He told his assistants that they have to bring more defenders.
might
into the
actually
paint,
crack
even
open
if it
one of
means
my,
leaving the perimeter open.
Caffeinated
Desperate
things. I don't know if
measures
that's a
here,
good
Vern.
idea,
All right,
honestly.
Tracy.
I
They
don't
did just
know
enough to
what
force him
time
to
it is. It's
alter
probably
his
like
shot.
9
One
o'clock.
solid D.
Probably not a good
Clement
idea to...
dumps it to the paint.
Ugh, what the hell? I tried to
Beats
tell
it to
him
the
to
left wing.
back in. There you go. There you go. Back into somebody.
Backs
There you
down.
go. Create that
Brings the
mismatch.
double team. This crowd
Hey,
couldn't be
hey.
happier.
You know
Just
what? He
listen
kind
to
of
the
shot
people in this
around the
building.
center, but the whole
They're
main point
leading
was to get that
56
mismatch
to
against the point
43.
guard. There you go. It's like, are you
Leads
going
him
to
in.
guard him? When?
And
Why is he
down.
hesitating?
Snatched by
Ha.
Kimba.
Get it out of there,
And Mike's cutting in and out. Oh, great.
They tried to sneak one through.
Oh, I dropped
The
more
big
frames,
guy
by
has
the way,
spoken.
too.
Clement from long
Of
range.
course, the frame
Hits it.
drop
160.
shouldn't be a thing. Why is stuff happening?
2:17 left in the game.
I think I'll just get through this game, and then I'll just, like, unplug my mic real quick, maybe grab something to
Picks it up.
drink.
The nice reverse layup
Make me
was
not
made
hate
by
life
Evans.
so much.
The Cyclones call timeout. They're in front by 14.
So I stop
2:07
yawning.
left in the game. Well, it looks like they're getting set to inbound the ball. Shepard inbounds the ball. Peñazola passes it up court. Timba. Nice speed. by
That works.
He's shooting 66%.
Ah, I knew that was happening.
Oklahoma is
I was
really
trying.
struggling.
I was trying real hard.
Risky pass. Duggan, he gets hammered.
Why am I all of a sudden so exhausted now that I'm like sitting in a chair and relaxing? I don't know how I end up getting so tired. Maybe it's because I'm not doing anything.
He makes the first.
I'm just sedentary. So it's just one of these things. It's like, this is a really comfortable chair, and it just makes me go.
He gets them both.
Go.
Deflects the pass.
Oh,
And
I
it's
thought the
scooped
other
up by
dude had
Bragg.
it. That'd have been
He was
fantastic.
trying to thread the needle, Vern. There just
Shit.
wasn't enough space for that pass.
Nice touch
Damn
on
it.
the last three by Duggins. Shepard inbounds the ball.
Yep.
Timba has it left wing.
That's not a guy who should be shooting it, but he
They
made it
increase their
anyway,
lead to
so I'll take
14.
it.
1:19 left in the game. Sends from
Wow, they're
deep.
just
Nails
wow.
it.
We're just letting them
But they
pop
still
threes
trail
off
by
like
11.
that, like there's nothing to it. Okay,
Scrucky
That's
backs
cool.
down. Goes up.
I didn't want to win this game anyway.
They're now up by 13.
I'm gonna win it anyway, but
Palmer
that's
brings it
fine.
up court. Duggins hands it off. Launches one from beyond the arc. The
No,
offensive rebound corralled by Vaughn.
The D served it up to
wow.
him, and he
You got to
still
get it
doesn't
over the
sink it.
rim.
That'll give the coach a pain in the stomach.
Pass. High post. Stolen
Poop.
by Oklahoma.
I'd love to see that.
Poop to
He was
poop to
lurking around,
poop.
then pounced. Such a thief, Vern.
I did get
That last
charged, I
basket was
think,
buried
for
by
Pro
Duggins.
Baseball Spirits. I'd have to check my emails because there's an Amazon Japan thing, and I hadn't bought any. I was just waiting for that to
Great job to
pop
hang on
over.
to the
So
lead.
I think I got charged. I can't remember when it.
This game is
I
at
want
rate,
to say it
Vern.
came out
Just not enough time left for a comeback.
Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. I want to say it came out just on the last day.
Scrucky passes way down court.
That's
I
another
think that's
rebound for a
why.
team
So I
that's
think
doing
it
a
should be
great
here
job
by
on
the
boards.
weekend at some
They've got a
point.
big edge there
That's what
today.
I should do.
Stolen away
Hopefully,
by
like
Oklahoma.
Monday or Tuesday. If it shows up by Monday, I could have a Pro Baseball Spirits stream. They still have to like oh shit. Oh well, that's all right.
Iowa State defeats the Sooners 68.
I did see. I can't remember. I think it's on Operation Sports where they were talking about it. Like one of the main guys who runs the Spirits Translations website, which has been
Now let's go back to
fantastic. I heard they're gonna like rebuild it from the ground up. They're gonna like rebuild the Spirits Translations website, which will be nice. Because it's not that big of a clusterfuck, but also if you don't have the most updated game, it is a bit wonky. Oh yeah, we got the win. Hey, we're up to number 11. I can't wait for us to like bow out in the first or second round. Alright. Just a couple more wins and we're gonna be on that 10 wins to 1 loss streak here. Let me do this real quick before I start up the game. Or at least before I go get something to refill my water because my mouth is just dry.
Came to rock the bank with blanket, along with two of the battles. Zag stank with blank spit, till I raise the beat like an anchor banker. Overstand the super plays the heat. A wanker, drank a tanker, ain't stank ya. Guess what? Chicken head butts. Hit a rhyme on time like kicked him in the
There we go.
victim had guts. Prepared to stick 'em, I'll flick 'em in the cut.
All right. So we got Missouri, and then we can zip past Kansas to Texas. Okay, so all right. They're all right. They're pretty good. I'm glad I'm a rated 93 coach. That's good. I feel important. Damn, we still haven't hit 100 losses yet. That's crazy. It's crazy how well we've done. Now, I know that's, you know, I've seen other guys who do extremely well in this game. And, like, the fact that I have that win-loss record is like, oh, man, I went 40-0, like, 4 seasons in a row. Like, I'm not that good. And I skipped games. But the fact that we're almost 350, there's a good chance we're going to hit 350 wins before we hit 100 losses. I think that's pretty good. I've been doing this like 13, it's like 13 or 14 seasons now, and I still haven't hit my 100th loss. So I had to say that's pretty good. I'm going to put this here, mute my mic, and I'm going to be right back. And just hit right there. So yeah, I'm going to be right back, get myself, refill my water real quick so that I don't feel like passing out in the middle of this last game. Oh, wrong one. Oh, wow. I muted my mic so I can let out a bit of a burp, and then I muted the wrong thing. Wow. All right. All right, something a little bit of kick to it too. So, and I got a like a granola bar, something to put a little bit more energy in me and keep me fat. All right. I like how big our team unity is, too. I don't think I've seen our team unity that high ever.
Get ready for College Hoops 2K8. The Missouri Tigers take on the Iowa State Cyclones. We've got a great matchup for you today. Hello, basketball fans.
All right. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on one sec. I'm also going to mute my mic again real quick just to pull off the cord just to make sure nothing's wrong. There we go. Hopefully the sound doesn't cut out too much. I apologize in advance for the video because it does look like I'm now up to about almost 1,100 drop frames. So that's... it's not a... I'm trying to think here. 30 frames a second. That'd be something about 30, 32 seconds, 33 seconds or so. So it's not a ton, but it's certainly 33 seconds worth of drop frames is still very noticeable. So I apologize for that because it's, you know, it's me, and then you know, my roommate's also here. So I think my roommate is doing fighting games, which usually requires very low ping. So he started getting into Tekken 7.
He told me he's aware of the
So he's been playing Tekken 7 the last couple of days. Another clean one. So I think a lot of the internet, if it's not going to me, is going to his resources. Oh, there it goes again. Yep, now it's up to 1,300. Yay!
Can't convert the three-point play.
Daniel!
Has it, baseline. Shove it. Finishes in close. They draw
I forget
to
what
win
he's
in three.
playing. I think when he usually plays something like Apex or Rocket
Timba
League,
ends
it's
it
not
off.
as bad. But I think if he's playing Tekken,
Timba backs him
it's
down.
usually a little bit worse.
Top of the key.
I don't know if he's playing Apex right now, though.
Scrucky. From the right block.
Actually, I think he
connects.
is.
He's got
That's what's
four.
weirder. I think the internet's just kind of
Inbounds
having
the
a
ball.
not fun time. Usually doesn't do that. That's kind of weird. It usually doesn't do that. We're usually pretty A-okay most of the time, but I guess today's a little bit different.
Whitney gets it on the elbow. The last
Might have been because we had a
by
real
Shovin.
bad storm
No way
earlier
he was
too that
coming
might
up
have
empty when he got the ball that
affected a
close to the
couple
rim.
things. Like we had a real bad. I was actually kind of surprised we
dumps it
didn't end up with the
Backs
tornado.
in. Scrucky takes
Oop.
it up. Banks it
There you
off
go.
the glass and in. They're out in front by 5.
But yeah, it was pouring rain. Because when I went out to lunch with my
Jorgensen
mom,
way up court. Back top of the key. Malone
you know, it was just, it was
gets
so
it
bad.
right wing.
But then, like,
Jorgensen
just before I
bounces it to
started the
strike.
stream, I went to go
Deep.
grocery shopping to
Reeled
get some
in
stuff for
by Scrucky.
tomorrow.
You've just
And it was
got to
like,
hit that shot
just
when
a
you got that
sunny,
much
just a
space.
nice sunny day. Like nothing
Timba
happened.
backs in
Ah,
and scooped
Timba.
up by Jorgensen.
A little thievery. He showed some nice quick hands to poke it loose. They need to keep an eye on this fella.
The Cyclones
So
will bring out some reserves.
if the stream sort of like freezes and does a few things weird,
Inbounds the ball.
you're not crazy. Of course, it won't be showing up on
Passes it
the
to the right.
VOD. Well, on the VOD it will. The video
And it's
on
scooped up by
YouTube is
Jorgensen.
locally
I'd love
recorded,
to
so
see
you
that.
won't.
He was
You won't
looking
see
around,
that,
then
but-
pounced. Such a thief bird.
If you guys are watching this live or watching the VOD, I apologize. Because, I think it's only happening once in a while, but then it just goes for
Down the
like,
first one.
8 seconds or so. So I'm sure that's annoying. Not a ton I can really do about it.
He gets the second to fall as well. Just over 9 minutes left in the half. Backs him down.
Dirk.
Milton shoots it. Can't get the jumper to fall.
He's going for the old Dirk
They still
Nowitzki
have a
and
three-point
didn't
lead.
work.
Malone leads him with the pass. Tosses it up.
Trying to
Nice
see if
lead
there's
pass, and the shot
anything
was good by
else
Jorgensen. And
I
they're
would
now
have to
down by
worry
1.
about. Anything else going on in my life?
Shepard has it left block.
I wanted to have I have a
Milton
Captain
backs
America
down.
hockey jersey
Steps
that I wanted to have
They're
in
now
time
up
for
by 3.
Anime Iowa. I thought
Shove
that'd have been
it.
cool,
Inbounds
but
the ball.
it didn't end up showing up. I don't even know if it's going to be an appropriate size. I'm sure it will be, but I want to wait before I buy anything else to make sure that what I'm getting is a good size, something that's comfortable before I go, and get more stuff.
High post. Backs down. Dishes it to the left. Peñazola throws it up.
That was not a smart idea.
After the errant shot. Nardi makes his first appearance.
They've got their defense, and it's minute.
I'm just gonna have him have seizures.
Grabs the rock.
Usually that shot drops every time. I'm not sure what went wrong
And also, I found out at Anime Iowa that taiko drums and drunk people don't mix very well. Especially when you spend a little bit of money on getting like pro drums, those big old wooden drums, and it's like, oh god, you're beating the shit out of it. One dude left marks from it. It was fun, but it was like, fuck. Hopefully this thing's durable.
Milton went after that rebound hard. Great work.
Chewy C backs in.
Chewy C.
Point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for two.
So if they have a guy named Chewy C, I wonder if you drop the SI, if he'd just be called Chewy. I'd love to know. Like, listen. You put Chewy C as a name in here. So Chewy's got to be in here, right?
Jorgensen skips it to the right. Top of the key.
I don't even know what I'm going to play after this. I might just keep my my consoles on and maybe play. I think Mutant Football will be like next. I still haven't played Fire Promoter. I don't know when I'm going to play that. I've been like putting that off for a while. I don't know why. But it's been a little while and I've been putting it off.
Chapman has it right wing. Goes up. Gets the go-ahead bucket. They're up.
And what's going to end up happening is I'm going to forget how to play it, and it's just not going to be fun. So I'm just going to fail.
Backs him down.
There you go.
Goes up, lays it right in. The Tigers take their first time out of the game.
Defense.
Well, let's get back to the action.
Okay,
the
so real quick,
are going to make some substitutions.
Check my Gmail.
Chavez inbounds the ball.
Amazon. Oh my God, no. Excuse me, I'm trying to check my fucking. Thank you. Trying to check my Amazon Japan thing real quick. I have a game coming in.
Trip to the bench, Fern.
Chewy C backs him down.
Do it. Do it anyway. Shoot it in his face. Ah.
They're still up by one. Jorgensen spins.
Fuck.
Has it right side. Rebounded inside.
Go.
By Chewy. About 5.5 minutes left in the half.
If they leave a shooter like him open next time, believe me,
I want to keep using him just so they have to say his name.
By Chewy.
By Chewy. Okay, they sent me something. I don't know what the hell that is.
Nice little crossover. Nardi
hey.
Lets it go. Off target from
Excuse me.
Great rebound. The big fella's not afraid to do the dirty
I think all I'd have to do is just check my Amazon Japan. Because I did get charged for the game, so that leads me to believe that that the game is coming my way.
Chavez poked away. The Tigers will retain possession. The Cyclones are making some wholesale changes.
Thanks. You just do that. I'm gonna go over here and check a couple things. Don't worry about me. Just don't make shots, please.
They draw to within 3.
I'm just checking things.
Left in the half.
There you go. There's a miss. Oh, come on.
Backs down. And the ball will
That
land out
mismatch
of
looked
bounds
funny.
after the errant shot.
Delivered, arriving 24th or 21st through the 24th. Okay, so the fact that it says arriving means it was definitely shipped. Well, it says it wasn't shipped, but I was charged.
Passes to the top of the key.
I was definitely charged for it, though.
Chavez catches it on the low block. The shot down low.
I'm trying to go
He's got
through
6.
fucking
Iowa State
Amazon
is really
Japan
struggling to close
while I'm
down the
playing
middle.
this game
Tracy has
because
something for
if I
us.
got charged
Tracy?
70 some odd dollars to my account, I'm expecting to know that the game that I bought is on its way. I apologize. Good, everything was like, I'm glad I pre-ordered because it's not going to be in stock for another week. Must be pretty big. I mean, it is the first time that this game's going to be back on PlayStation in like 4 years. So I guess that makes sense, but fuck. So it doesn't say officially it was shipped, but I imagine that's because I was charged for it and they haven't sent it officially. Okay.
Getting set to inbound the ball.
I was trying to
Coach
check
Anderson
things.
is making a lineup change, and this might be a great decision. Some of these players play great together.
So I imagine by the time I wake up tomorrow, I will be informed that I was charged for that my package had been shipped.
No good on that last shot by Chavez.
This is the only thing I bought from Amazon Japan for $70-something that could possibly go out right now.
Underneath. That stop might boost their confidence.
Dish, top of the key. Shepard with the floater.
Ah.
Doesn't get it.
All right.
Malone
Well, at least we got a
picked up his
foul out of
first
that.
foul
That's
the game.
good.
And he makes the first.
See if there's anything going on.
He gets the second
Perfect.
to fall as well. Gill dumps it off. Chavez. Off the backboard and in. They're now behind by 3. Peñazola.
Whoops.
Way up court.
All right.
Backs in.
Just shoot over him. It's a mismatch. There you
That
go.
one was drilled by Timbo. They're
Sorry.
out in front
Oh
by
shit.
5.
Oh,
Clip
shit.
that last layup.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at various things. I apologize. I'm still winning, so I'm not too overly concerned. I'm just trying to
Gets it right
see
wing.
if the stream's better later. Okay, not a
Catches
problem.
the nice lead pass in stride and hits the layup. But they're still
Well,
behind
see,
by
now
5.
it's up to almost
Peñazola
1,600. See, it
dishes
dropped
to the
out for
left
like
wing.
another 10 seconds or so.
Milton
Feel
takes it
bad
up.
for that.
Up
I
and in
really
off
do
the
feel
glass.
bad about that.
They bring their lead to
'Cause
7.
I'm sure it's getting people going, nah, I don't feel like fucking hanging around this shit.
Outright. Passes back to the right wing. Grabbed by Chavez. Tipped, but it's recovered by
Balls.
Missouri.
That offensive rebound didn't come to him by accident. He knew right where to be.
The last trade
Okay.
was cashed in by Malone.
Here we go.
2:13 left in the first half.
Terrific shot. He just got
Oh, that was almost perfect.
Range bomb.
Son of a bitch.
Radlovic behind the arc. Kimba pulls it in. With nobody around, he still couldn't convert.
Sometimes you can be too wide open.
Beats it to the right side. Timba backs
Oh,
down.
I had one of my friends. Oh God.
Has it left wing.
Yeah,
Releases.
next Thursday. God, I'm glad that everything's happening this week because holy shit, I've got tickets to a show next Thursday, and I'm going to go, and I would like hate to have to even think about
Dumps
or
it
worry
the
about
inside.
working.
Chavez gets the lay-in.
Holy shit, would I
They
hate to
narrow
worry
it to
about
5.
working.
Peñazola hands it off. Milton. He gets hammered.
I knew it.
Head to the strike. Knocks down the first one. Both teams are
And
making
one of
a
my
few
friends
lineup
showed me some YouTuber. I'd have to look up his name. He was kind of funny. It was a lot of really random shit, but it was like funny random. Like a bunch of he does like a bunch of different characters.
By Strucky.
And it looks like he has characters that like are recurring characters throughout a lot of his videos. Because I've seen a lot of LOL randoms, like YouTubers before, that are just like, it's just stupid, rather than, you know, kind of funny.
On the mark by Malone. He's shooting 100%.
But yeah, the video that he showed me is probably like 3-4 years old at this point when he hit like 1 million subscribers.
Milton backs him
Right,
down.
that's that's a mismatch.
Powers down with the one-handed jab. He's got 10. 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
God damn it.
Has it outright.
Fat Kid
Chapman
Deal's
from
really
the wing.
not helping me with
Crashes the boards.
any ideas of wanting to be on a diet. They're just like, hey, by the way, you can get a box of 40 fruit snack packages for only $5. I'm like, fuck. I didn't know I wanted a metric fuckload of fruit snacks, but I guess I do.
Jorgensen dumps it off. From downtown. We'll head into the break.
Hey, all right. We're up by 10 at the half. That's good. Hopefully we can come bursting out in the second half, and then I don't have to play the rest of the game.
I can't think of too much good to say about this game, so Vern, maybe you can do play-by-play and
Some more
color.
three-pointers would probably be good. I only shot 4.
We're all set to begin the second half.
Yeah, I watched DDT wrestling. It's really I watched the most recent DDT show, which is free, but it's really interesting trying to describe it to my friend, because he's big on, like, he's been watching all the AEW stuff. Hey Rectangle, what's up? So he's been watching all the AEW stuff, and he's big into that, and I'm sitting here trying to tell him about some of the stuff in DDT. I was like, okay, so they had a match that was a one light tube death match. The whole point was you couldn't break it over yourself, or you couldn't put yourself through it. You had to put them through it or break it over them. And so it was a big acrobatic match of trying to avoid stomping through a single light tube. He's like, okay. And I was like, okay. So there was this battle royal, right? For this title. And I'm like, okay. So there's one of they have a sister promotion. That's an all women's promotion. And one of the women was involved with it. And that was because there was a guy in the match who's also a comedian, that he wanted a female to be in the match so that he could lick the back of her knee. Stay with me now. Where are you going? He wanted to lick the back of her knee. Now. So yeah, trying to describe these things was interesting.
Knocks down the first one. He gets them both.
Perfect. Let's go.
Chavez inbounds the ball.
Damn it.
The Tigers are really struggling. Left wing.
So.
Beats it to the corner. Chapman from long range.
I was like, yeah, so there's this wrestler who's dressed up as a giant cat mascot.
Tosses it up. Couldn't get the shot, but
and usually it's like some legendary wrestler in there.
And he makes the first.
Hey.
Both teams will make some substitutions.
Good old knee licking. God, that's like another 300 frames. I should put something. I mean, it's only like another. It's only like another 20 minutes, but I still feel bad. It's like, listen, every 5 minutes or so, the stream will probably cut out for like at least the video cut out for like 8 seconds. Just bear with me.
with the shot.
I think the storm did part
Snatches
damage,
the rebound.
and
Off target on
the
last
usage of the
layup.
internet in
Passes way
our
down
apartment
court.
is
He attacked it
another
with
one.
everything he had, but it still wasn't
Probably doesn't
enough.
help that I
Good
forgot to
defense,
pay the
not
internet
letting
bill
him
until
jam it home.
just a few days ago. Totally forgot about that. I had all my bills like paid off well in advance, and then I get a letter in the mail saying they're going to shut off the internet in like a
Knocks
week
down
if
the
you
first
don't
one.
pay up. I'm like, what? And I was like, oh, I knew I forgot
Gets the
something.
second to fall as well.
Like, oh,
Shove
shit.
it. Inbounds the ball. The
I
Tigers
forgot the
need to
internet
find
bill.
some answers here.
Whoops.
Swing pass, right wing. Malone. Off the front rim and
Okay.
out.
That's another rebound for a team that's doing a great job on the boards. They've got a big edge there today.
There we go. There we
Milton
go. There we
backs
go.
down. Hunt from 17 feet out. Hits it. They've now scored.
Yeah, I was
13
trying to
unanswered
tell
points.
him about some of the
Missouri is
other
struggling on defense, and Tracy
some
has
of
a
the
quick
other
report on their
matches.
bench.
Coach Anderson
It's
is
like,
not at all
okay,
happy with the
so
drought
you've
they're
seen
going
Audra
through.
Kong
He
in
told his
AEW,
assistants to
right?
find a
Yeah.
way, any
Okay.
way to
Well, so
turn
there
this
was this
one
battle
around.
royal this
All
one
right,
time
Tracy.
where
Well, it
Audra
looks like
Kong
they're
was
getting
in
set
it,
to inbound the
but
ball.
everyone else had to cosplay as Audra Kong as well, no matter who they were.
Gets it, left wing.
I feel like I should get that. The storm say less.
High
I got
post.
my bat ready. I feel like I should understand that, but I
Dishes
don't.
to the top of the key.
Or it's at least something that I can understand, but it just escapes me
Can't
right
expect
this
many misses
second.
when you're that open.
Where it's like, oh, it's
Backs him
from blah blah
down.
blah. Oh my God, he actually did a spin move
Laid in
without
by Timba.
letting go of the ball.
Shooting 100% for the game. Missouri is really struggling. Chavez hands it off.
I thought how funny it would be also to try to book
Chapman
DDT
catches it,
in
high post.
TEW.
Passes. Out
It's just
left.
like you can't. There's no way. Can you imagine the amount of matches you'd have to book?
Jorgensen
The amount of
gets
matches
it,
you would
high
have
post.
in your.
Last
Maybe
break.
that should be a
Marked by
TEW
Marty.
2020
Layup
mod.
by
Just
Chavez.
the
They gotta
DDT
find a
matches
way to
mod.
stop this onslaught.
Just variations of like one-on-one and tag team matchups and multi-man matchups. And it's like, okay,
Rips
listen,
down the offensive
it's
rebound.
a one-on-one death match,
The Tigers
but
down
in the
big.
middle of the
A rare
match, before
occurrence.
you
As long
pin or
as you
submit
keep
your
running your
opponent, you have to
offense,
eat an
the coach
entire
will
bag
forgive
of
a
cream
few conquers.
puffs before you can defeat your
Corner.
opponent. Like, wait, what?
Bounces it to the
It's like,
wing.
okay, so it's a tag match.
Hands it off.
We're going to call it the sparkling champagne tag match.
Beyond the
And
arc.
every time someone kicks out, they have to
Reels
drink
it
a
in.
glass of
Chapman
champagne.
is in a
Who
pretty
wins?
cold
Who
stretch right now,
cares?
Vern, and there's a danger that it's going to start to rub off on the rest of the team.
Milton takes it up. Dunks it.
Hey.
By 23. The Tigers will try to end
Gonna
this run.
cosplay as her? I'm getting there, unfortunately.
The Tigers call timeout.
I about have the body for it. Just paint my face and carry around what looks like a cash box or something.
With some subs.
Missouri wants to go small, and they're bringing another guard to do so.
Malone inbounds the ball. Radlovic has it on the corner.
I would love to know, if I were to paint my face and cosplay as Audra Kong, would that be blackface or
Jorgensen
yellow
passes to the
face?
free
Because
throw
she's
line.
half.
Puts up the tray. It goes straight out of bounds after the shot. Missouri is having big problems from beyond the arc.
Okay, don't guard him.
I think Tracy has something for us on that. Tracy?
Coach Anderson wants to see his players move more.
Oh, dude, I'm up by
effectively
20.
without the ball so they can get
I wanna
better
finish
looks
this
at
and
the
then I'm gonna be
basket. He
done.
told his guys, if you get to the
Up by
open spot on the
24,
floor,
actually.
I
Gonna be
know you
25
can
here in a
hit that
second.
shot. Vern?
Thanks, Tracy. He gets
There you
the
go. I didn't even realize. That's it. Sim it. Get out of here. Pack our shit up and go. Wow, they caught up fast. We were up by 25, and in 6 minutes, they brought it to 14. Holy shit. Okay. That was a thing. All right, so let's go lose to Kansas. Wow. Holy shit, dude. We got it. Oh, my God, really? We got a win against Missouri and a win against Kansas, and we actually dropped a spot. How? How do you drop a spot? Are you telling me that the 10 people in front of me all won their games in the week too? They were just more impressive. We're 5-0, 6-0 in the conference. If you do just do her face paint, people would say whitewashing. Okay, he'll be painted as a racist. Oh no. Haha. I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke or not. I think that's the worst part, is you don't know if it is a joke or not. There we go. Oh, all right. Go get that game tape. I want to know how good he is. How do we have an A+ scouter and we still can't just seem to get our shit together on, having this? We're all the way down in 10, but you know what? I think my sheer charisma will help bring this guy in. I can feel it. Priority 1, getting good coaching. Hey, how about a 93 overall coach? How do you feel about that? All right, so we got a home game. Did I do the... Okay, I did the Missouri thing. Did I do the... I don't think I did the changeover one. No, because we were at 11. So... Yeah, I'm pretty sure, we're at 14 now because that's 3 games, and I don't think I changed the home record. So we're at 49-5. So we're almost to a 50-5 record. That's pretty good. One of the games is going to be playing tonight? I don't know. I'll figure that out here in just a moment as I save my legacy. I'll just save it one more time just for the sake of making sure I have that. All right. Where am I at on the rotation of games? I'll at least take this time while I'm pulling this up to thank you guys for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here and being a part of that. Video manager. There we go. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you very much for continuing to watch as well. I know that the views and likes tend to go down a little bit once it's not March, but I still appreciate people paying attention and watching. It's still a lot of fun. Let me just look and see what... I'll have something else here on the stream. I just don't know exactly what, which is why I'm kind of checking right now. So I thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it and being here, and you guys watching. And hope you guys have a good time. And I will see you guys next time.